Please record and share the video.
Okay.
Oh, you'll be using this to present to them? I'm actually going to
No,
do the training and talking to you basically.
this is the personal. I mean, internal for the internal training.
Oh, for internal. Okay, for internal.
Because
So let me get that
like
right. Sarun Shiv
Yeah.
and Suresh are in India.
Yeah.
Right.
I have. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So hope in the end of the session, actually we have some issues. We have some like queries regarding Bricsys. So at the end of the training, we will do that, or in the initial time, like starting, we will discuss that. Just suggest.
I think better first let her do the training, and then
Okay.
we can throw back the questions.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No issues.
Your questions are regarding 24/7.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have everyone?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Okay. So I'm not sure how much you have explored 24/7 for now. I know you're talking to the customer already. So they're interested in 24/7 in conjunction with BricsCAD, is it? They are going, they
Uh,
want to plan to use BricsCAD and 24/7 at the same time.
yeah, I mean the requirements are coming now. Flow is it's pouring in because before we had a software. We are
Yep.
marketing a software called DMDC,
Mm-hmm.
document management and document control from the
Mm-hmm.
Hexagon, and that solution they have now discontinued. And
Mm.
this may not be as I mean as sophisticated or
Yeah.
as it's not it's just simple to compare to the DMDC.
Yep. Yep.
So we now see that this product is also partially covers the customer requirement.
Okay.
That
Okay.
that way, even for the AAC market and food and beverage, this is the best fit compared with the prices of DMDC.
Mm-mm.
So we've seen a lot of opportunities for Bricsys 24/7,
Yep.
especially for the people who are doing the projects and document collaborations.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So for this session, it's basically just discussing how you can show to the customer as well 24/7 itself.
Mhm.
So I'll just I think we have everyone already. Am I correct?
Just hold on.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Mr. Suresh, is anybody going to join or should we wait from your side?
I
I
think
think Sargun got dropped off.
Anish, we are already in the call.
Yeah.
Nitesh was supposed to join. I'll just check with him.
Yeah.
And
Just
Anish,
Sargun
Anish,
earlier was in, but maybe he got disconnected.
no, Saran is with Shiv and Mahinder.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
we all
together.
are in conference room. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the conference room, so they have to join as a team.
Okay.
just give us just 1 minute. I'll just check other team and
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, sure,
just
sure.
hold on for 1 minute.
no problem. How was Sharath? How was Siam Cement? Since we're waiting for someone, let's just discuss what we did last time for Siam Cement.
Mm-hmm. The
What's the update?
Yeah, I mean, Sian Cement is a good prospect. So the only thing is that they have a huge team. So
Mm,
the process of
testing it out and
software evaluation,
yeah,
then reviewing, and then getting approval, and
yep,
maybe
yep,
then those kind of little it takes a little bit time. So we
yeah,
are closely following with them. So they have the team which we had discussion the other day was from the civil. So that
yep.
will obviously go to the different discipline also. They also
Nice.
have a review of this tech, technical details.
Yep.
So yeah, we will keep you updated.
Okay.
Yeah, since they are already using Bricsys Platinum solution, so it's much easier to push this solution. So
Yep.
it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And last time they were also a bit interested on 24/7, right?
Yeah, 24/7 and BIM would be together, the same team.
Yep, correct. Okay, there Rupesh has joined in. Is he the one we're waiting for?
Yeah, I
I,
mean,
I think guys from our side, a few more guys were supposed to join. Nitesh and two more guys. They are having some technical difficulties, but I suggest we can go ahead and then
Yeah, yeah.
as and
Can
when
I
they
just ask, Rupesh is from where?
India
He
team.
is joining in from India as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I think since we're recording anyway, you can just share the video and
Yeah.
refer back to it later on.
Yes, please.
Let me just. Okay. Let me share my screen. Is everyone seeing it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just go from the top, entering into 24/7. And one thing though I would want to let you know is that the projects that we have on 24/7, um, you have to set it up, right? So if you're demoing to a customer, we'll have to set up probably a demo account for you because you'll have to be able to have that administrator access, so to be able to demonstrate every little feature in it. So anyway, we're discussing it, so I'll just show you. Um, okay, so if you are going in to talk to your customer, just make sure that you have a good internet connection because 24/7 is on the cloud. So let's go in. I am going into the APAC 24/7 server. We also have our main server, but for the purposes of this meeting, I'll use the APAC server. So since we're in APAC and most of your customers are in APAC anyway, so you can also be set up on the APAC server. Just let us know so that we can set up something for you and you can demo it with all the feature access that you need. So this is like a 24/7 cloud solution that we have here. It's an online collaboration platform, and this is where we can share and work together in documents. So right now I'm connected to the APAC 24/7 server. As you can see, I'm just on the standard Chrome. It's a plain browser. It's enough to connect us to the system. So there's no need for plugins, no need to install anything on your machine. And we support Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge, Safari, the usual ones. And it's available on Windows, Mac, Linux. Also works on mobile devices. Um, on the mobile app, we also have it, but it's currently limited to viewing, annotating, and uploading pictures. So the team is working on adding more functionality to the mobile app itself. So let's go straight to the
Yeah, just a question here.
Yes,
So
yes.
the one we get the username and password for the any Bricsys licenses, and we get a free account in Bricsys 24/7. So
Mhm.
that website or the user account and the one which we are getting access to, the one you just mentioned, Apex server setup for actual demo.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
is there any difference between the free account and then this one?
If you get a free account, it will still need to be housed in a server. So it may be in the APAC server because even if you get the free account, you'll have to be able to access it, correct? So
Yeah,
yeah, wait.
the capability is full same or is it different?
It should be the same.
It should be same.
The free access is I think just limited to a few gigabytes probably
Yeah,
one or
yeah.
two. Yeah,
One or
that's
two
I think
GB.
that's the limit. But in terms of functionality, it should be there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. So I just am showing you a project list. So once you're connected, you see a list of projects that you have access to. Only those you have access to will appear. So right now I'm connected as my account clearly. So this is a list of projects I have access to. If you're the main admin for the server, you can add a project. So that's something that I was telling you earlier. So we need to add a project for you to be able to have your project listed here. So we can do that for you. Just let us know. So we can set it up before your actual demo and you can still practice there and set up all the required documents and workflows and such you need inside. So um, Right now I only have 3 here in my list, but if you have a lot, like let's say 20, 30 projects, you can just also scroll down and you can select your project that you need to go into. And then aside from that, we also have a filter here on the upper right portion. So if you have a lot of projects in your list, you can just type in a search word, so it'll appear. The only the project with this search word will appear on your list, and you can easily navigate yourself inside. So I don't really need that. I have only 3 projects now. So I'm just going into the demo project, which is AEC demo project that we are going to discuss for today. So the first thing we see is the dashboard of the project. On the upper left side here is the project info, project details, and then on the right side of that, you have your upcoming events. On this rightmost side, you have your recent activity, and then just below your project information is your recent documents. Recent messages will be even lower than that, and beside that is your task. So recent messages and tasks are personal to the user. So this is something that will be for the user itself. Like for say, for now you see under my tasks, I am told that I have overdue tasks set by someone else doing the demo previously. So I was sent these tasks, and then it'll all just be listed here. So while doing the demo, we can also see things being added on later. So this is just a general look of the dashboard that we have now. And then on the left side of it, we have the applications. So this application bar is where you find all the applications that you have access to. So if let's say as an admin, you have all the access to all the apps, so you see all these icons. But if let's say your role is something limited by the admin in terms of access, you might not have perhaps this administration app visible, or certain other parts of the application bar. So later I'll show you a different version of this application bar wherein I have limited access to it, so that you'll see the difference.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, this is Shiv.
Yeah.
Actually, you're talking about this application. So I am using a free account of Bricsys. So I made a project as an admin, and while I am accessing this project, I am not able to get these other apps. This you are showing here, like address book. I am only getting two, three. Like I am not getting the structure app. I am not getting the other things
Correct.
showing over here.
Okay, so we'll discuss more of that later, and perhaps at the end, if there are any problems that you're facing and what you're using now, we can address it also.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
might
Okay.
it might be on the folder access that was given to you
Okay.
by the admin. Yeah.
Okay, okay. One more question. This overdues is need to be set by the administrator, or it's like automatic is there in
It's
the
automatic. It's automatic. So actually, these tasks were assigned, and then there's a hang on. I think someone is trying to join. Let me see. Yeah. Shubham is
He's from India team. He's from
okay.
India team.
Okay. Let's go back to our phone. So Shubham. Let me just
And
note that down.
Sir,
So,
one more guy is there, Mr. Paki Lakshmi.
yeah, so I think we'll just continue with what I want to show you first, so that we have an overview of everything. And then later on, we can see what specific things that you need.
okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so as I was saying, all of the applications will be here on the left side. It of course, as we mentioned, it's all dependent on what access you have. So right now, this is the applications bar, and you can expand it. But if you are used to it already, you can also collapse it, and so the user will have more real estate to work on. So that's something that you can show them as well. And then right now the default will be the home screen, the structure. So if you're not an admin, you probably won't see the admin app. And then we have structure. Structure is where all the folder structure will be for the project itself. So the users, this is the main app that they'll be using. And then we have address book, workflows, we have forms, we have the BIM app as well. So we'll dive into this more later on. So this is you can set access rights to all these folders as we mentioned. People are joining in. So I think is there a way I can just set that I can admit everyone in so that we don't get disturbed? Is anyone else joining? Hello?
Um,
No, from India side is no.
Fish, can you just click and confirm? Joining date?
Okay, let's just continue. I think more or less the people are in already. Okay. Yep. Okay, so I'm hearing some background noise. I'm not sure who it is. If you can just put your mic on mute. Thanks. Okay, so right now I'm just going to the admin app. This is the first app that we'll just dive into, since a lot of your customers will want to get into this because this is where they will control everything. So this is only for the project admins. The general settings of the project will be here. So you'll have your name, description. You can add an image for your project, and then we have structure. So as we saw earlier, in this main applications bar, we already have this structure, right? So if we go into admin, we also have a structure here. So this structure is where you control the structure of the folders that the users will see on this part of the app. So we have here, for example, documents, we have demo today, testing models. So just concentrate on these four. And then if we see here, the structure itself is what the user will see. We have here document, demo today, testing models. So that's just to explain how you control and how you manage your folders here is through this structure under the admin app. So this is where you list all your folders, define what the users can see in the structure app as well. So I can add a folder here under documents. So if I just do this and just add a new folder easily, I can fill in the information. For example, I want to put in like internal department. And then just add that in, and then I'm done. So it's very easy to just add a folder in. It's like you're on your normal Explorer. So if I want to drag a folder into another place, maybe I realize, oh, I have to have it in another subfolder. So maybe for testing subcontractors, I want this to be under documents. Then I can just drag that in here as well, and it'll easily be dragged in, and that's moved already. So it's simple and it's user friendly. So let's go to users. So in the users, you'll see all the list of all the users in the project that you have. So if you just add a user, let's click that there, and he will receive an email invite. So you have to add in the email, and he will receive the email invite, and he just needs to set his password, and he can directly access the project already, and he'll be good to go. So I won't add anyone now, but if we click on any user, for example, Maurice, let's click on Maurice, we will see that this user can be in any number of roles. So we can add a role to this user. For example, we want him to be, you realize that, oh, he's an architect, he's a partner, but he was also perhaps one of the master builders or engineer of stability. So you want that in, so you can just add this, and he'll be able to access all the folders and do all the actions permissible to this specific role as well. And if you don't want that, you just click that, and it will also just be instantly updated. So that's for the user side. And in terms of the roles, as we mentioned, I'll just go to roles. You can add in all the roles that you want as well. You can create everything that you want here. In terms of your customers, they don't have to worry in terms of limitations on number of users or number of roles. It can be any number. The limit is based on the gigabytes used, and not, I mean, the pricing is based on gigabytes used and not on number of users or roles that they add in. So let's just add a hello.
Hello. Can I assign more than one role to a single person?
Yes, correct. I showed it earlier. So let's say Maurice here. He's currently an administrator. He's an architect and a partner also. So if I want him to also be a contractor, I just click that add button and he'll be a contractor already, and I click OK. So if next time I see it, he's already a contractor as well. So Maurice as a user has all these roles in this project. So you can add it. You can also remove it just by clicking this X button here, and it'll be removed. Click OK, and that's updated. Yeah. Okay. So we were talking about groups. Sorry, roles. So roles are the groups that you have in your project. I'm sure you're already aware of that. So you can, as I mentioned, you can create as many roles as you want. So if you want to add in something, you just similar as the user, you just add in one, and maybe let's put interior designer. So you can, of course, have your color codes if you want. And if you click OK, we see that it's already added in instantly. So this is, again, easy and user-friendly for the customer. And they don't have to worry as well in terms of administrators. They can they can assign the admin role to as many users as they want. So it doesn't need to be just one person managing everything. They can delegate the tasks of the admin. Let's go to folder access. So folder access is where you set basically the folder access that we mentioned. So this is where the admin will be able to determine who can see what, who can print what, edit which files or folders and such. So if you see here, the icon is showing two people. So two people means that everyone else can do this certain action wherein this two people are shown. So for example, let's do this. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so two people means everyone else can do the certain action. The folder or the file that you uploaded yourself, you can do that certain action as well. But if it's just a dot like this one that I'm showing, then no one can view or do anything to this folder. So if you create a certain folder that you want to be accessed and perhaps viewed, maybe just viewed by that specific person who uploaded it, then you can create it here. Right now I'm in the administrator, so I'm setting this setting for admin only. So if you see later, we'll see the other rules, what different access they have. So for this demo, we only see one. So only the person who uploaded or created this file or folder can view it, because we are under this view. So if I put in two people there, everyone can view it basically. So you can limit it to certain actions as well. So there's view, there's print, there's a few other actions here, edit, delete, and such. So this is where they can control it. So if let's say we go to contractor, of course admin can do almost anything they want. Yeah, let's save that. and go to contractor. So contractor now, you see that we have a different view here in terms of folder access that they have. So if let's say you want them to have access to testing folder for all the actions, you can just click on this side as well. So it's something easier if you want them to just instantly access everything. Just click this arrow. But if you want to do some specific folder access limitations, you can do it one by one. Something like this. Okay, there. So, yep, and then just save your changes and that will be updated. So when the user, that specific user, under the specific role refreshes his browser, he will instantly have the access that he needs already. So usually the most important will be the view, print, download, upload, delete, add revision, and such. So let's go to the next one.
So
Yes,
can you just go back?
yes.
So under this document, we have some sub folders. So this is access for all, restriction for all the folder in it, or like.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So the main folder you'll have whatever access you set here will be duplicated. But if you go in, you can also put all the differentiators in the subfolders.
Okay, so
All right.
suppose if I want some specific person from the contractor team that I want to give access to some folders and others I don't want, so that I can do through like a
It's
particular
based
person.
on the role.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on the role. So you have to click on which role that you want here. So you have to specifically assign that specific user to a role, and the role is the one that will be set all the accesses to. So it's basically important for the customer to be able to set the roles correctly from the start, because the access will be based on the roles and not the user itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's a good question. That's something that you'll need to take note of when, especially when the user asks this. So yep, I think we're done with this. Let's go to admin access. Of course, is similar to that. We kind of have all the access there. Table administrators, similarly as well. So these are the tables that will be created. So we'll discuss more of this in terms of the forms later on. So let's go straight to audit report here. So audit report is where admins can search the filter on the history. So a history log of the project. So for example, let's target a period of maybe from January. Let's go to January 1. And then we want the audit report from January 1 until now, let's say. So click OK. And then let's say we want, for example, myself. What did this specific user do? So just clicking on it, it will show you the history log of certain actions that the users did. So this is useful in terms of finding out history. Everything is logged, upload, download, log on, open the viewer, close the viewer, and so on. So this is useful for tracing activity. And if you want to generate a report by Excel, you can also just quickly do that by exporting it to an Excel file and just quickly open it, and you can save it if you want to. So this is useful for the customer if this is something that they are concerned with in terms of activity done in the project. And lastly, we have the recycle bin. So this recycle bin is when the user deletes something, it goes to this recycle bin. One thing that it's important to note about this recycle bin is that it's up to the admin to decide to delete the file or restore it in the project. However, once it's deleted from the recycle bin, it's completely gone, including the history, who created, downloaded, etc. So normally for customers, they might not want to completely delete the history in terms of the files and whatever for the project. So that's something special to mention probably to your customers, that once they delete it from the bin, the recycle bin, it's gone. So that's what the admins can do, basically control the system and control the access to it. So let's just go to the structure app now, which is where the user will basically do a lot of their activity. So this is the user part of 24/7. So we have the document folder, which is kind of standard that it's already there. But of course, as we saw earlier, you can create folders, add folders, subfolders into your structure. So this for that managing documents, you can open the content like you're used to with Windows Explorer. So once you open it, you see that you have your name, your description, uploaded by who, when, size, status, and a lot of other information here. You can explore that later. And then, for example, let's go to technical folder. We select the document. Aside from the information that's shown on the table earlier here, once you click it, it will show you even more information to this specific document. So once we see it, we have how many, like they will see any revisions done, any communication workflows added, attachment, what's the history of this. So aside from this, we'll also see a viewer tab here. So this viewer is 24/7 Bricsys' own viewer. So it supports more than 70 file types, for example, Office, image files, DWG, of course, among others. So once uploaded, the files are processed so you can view them fast, and it doesn't matter if they're heavy or not. So let's just click on this so that we can have a good look at this file. So it opens a new window for you, and it's in a good resolution. You can zoom in as well. So once you zoom in, you see it's quite a good resolution. So the viewer reads your layouts as well. So for example, for this DWG, I have layout 1 and layout 2. So if I click here, it just shows me my paper space as well. So for example, if I have an Excel file, I will be shown here my sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and so on. So it also depends on what file type that you are using. So the user can also add an annotation. So let's say let's add one here. Yeah, okay. So let's say for this portion, we just want it to be, I don't know, for example, please review or something like that. So once this annotation is added, I can put it as public. It's public by default, but I can also put it as private. So for example, the customer is adding an annotation only for specific users in the project. I can perhaps select someone here, everyone, architects, and who specifically that I want. So for example, maybe I want Maurice. So I just choose Maurice, and then if I post it, he will be sent a notification. The annotation is uploaded, and the notification has been sent to Maurice that there is a message for you and an annotation that is directed to you. So that's something useful as well in terms of coordination. So on the right side here, we'll see that we have the list of remarks that we have added. So the list of annotations will be here. And this is, again, useful if you want to just see how many annotations you have, who has done any annotations to this drawing or file or whatever. And then another useful thing is that we can print this to PDF. So if it's something that's needed for offline discussion, that's also something that the customer can do, is print it to PDF. So I don't want to do that now. Let's close this and let's go to another feature that we have. One of the useful types of folders that we have is the binder. So a binder is a linked set of documents. So I have here this meeting preparation. So if it's a folder that is marked in blue, that means it's a binder. So I have preparation, meeting preparation, C-level presentation. So it's a linked set of documents, so it's very useful. For example, when you have documents, drawings, models that are in different folders in your apps here or any other folders here in your structure, but you need them for a specific meeting or a specific discussion, major presentation. There's no need to copy or have multiple files of those things. You just, for example, you have a high-level meeting with a land developer client. So I have here a binder that I've created. So it's a C-level presentation to a land developer. I don't have any files here yet, but let's say I need the pressure vessel that we searched earlier. So I can go to this folder where that specific file is, and I can just quickly hover over it and say add to binder, and it will let me choose which binder do I want to add it to. So I wanted to add it to this one, right? So the C-level presentation. So if I add it there, and perhaps I might want to include a model. So maybe under my BIM, I have my list of models, and I can also add this model to the binder that I want. So it's this one, and add it. So once you've done that, let's go to this folder and refresh it. So we see that it has been updated into having these two files connected to this binder. So it's something very useful in terms of gathering information from different types of folders that you may have. So on the presentation day, they don't need to go around and look for their files. So they just refer to the specific binder. So there's no need to waste time and energy looking around for the important files. So the goal is to make things easier for the user and make them more productive by lessening the menial tasks through automation and smart features that we have. Okay, so that is binder, and let's go to workflow. Workflow is processes that you can link to your documents. So this is configurable, and you can create them yourself. So one of the most typical for our customers will be for approving documents and drawings. So for example, let's just open one workflow here. Let's see. It's an ongoing workflow. So this is a workflow. Yeah, this is a workflow created previously and set in this project. So this is where the customer can set specific tasks in specific workflow that they want to apply to specific perhaps files or procedures that they have. So for example, they have perhaps RFI submission. They can set the whole process here and automate the whole thing. So let's create one. Let's create one, just a simple one. So for example, it's an RFA for architect. And for coordinator, this doesn't mean that it's for architects only and the architects will be the coordinator. The coordinator here means if anything gets needs to be amended or improved, or something gets stuck in the workflow, who will be the one to be notified? It's going to be the administrator. So normally this will be administrator, and of course they can add description and just click OK so that you get to this window. So this window is how you create, where you start to create the whole process that you have. So you will always have a start and the end to your process, and you can create all the tasks or activities that you need inside this. So for example, let's create one activity. We just put in approval by architect. And choosing an action means that it what this specific activity does. So if it's approval by architect, we are assigning it to somebody. So we'll stick to assign it to somebody. And you have other information here, other types of actions that you can do. But this task is to basically get the architect to approve it. So we'll assign it to someone, and maybe the question can be as simple as, do you approve? So we assign it to the architect. And more specifically, so if you assign it to a certain role, it will ask you to be more specific. Do you want it to be a certain user to be the one to react to this, or maybe you want it to be anyone in this architect's role? So normally, I would say they will want it to be the first who reacts under this role. For example, they have a group of 5 architects working on one project. So any one of those 5 architects can do the approval. So as not to waste time waiting for a specific architect to be the one to approve. So it can be anyone from that role, or should it be everyone? So let's stick to this, the first one who reacts. And then of course they can also set a reminder. So for example, after a week, no one has replied yet, so a reminder can be set to them. And do they need to act within maybe 2 weeks as a deadline? So this is something that you can set in terms of your project response time as well. This is quite normal as a 2-week reply time. So let's click OK.
So from
Yes.
so from here we can set overdues work of any users, which you have shown that.
Yes, correct. So if no one, if that specific task was assigned to someone and that someone has not reacted to that task, then
Okay.
it will be shown as an overdue task. Correct. You're right. So this is where it's all kind of getting together in terms of the workflow and how the whole environment works in 24/7. So we did this approval by architect, and then let's just create maybe is it approved or not. So this is just a simple thing that we wanted to do. So let's go to a specific status. So let's say set document status. If the architect approves, then it's basically just approved. Okay. And if it's not approved, maybe not approved. And set the document you can set the document status, or it can be moved to a specific folder that you create, that you say rejected or needs improvement, or to be revised or something like that. So there are a lot of things that they can do, but for now let's just set the document status and let's just put it as be archived. And okay, so you'll have these activities, and now what needs to happen is you connect them to set the workflow on what happens. So let's say something starts, and this is where you add a transition. So we just want it to be approved by the architect, and let's add can add a not approved, because that's the type of answer that we wanted in terms of moving forth with the workflow. So we can also have an option here: when activity is overdue, change the state of this transition to overdue. We can also click that, and okay. So once this happens, we can have that here. So this is approved. And this will be not approved. And we can just check. Let's just end it here. This is quite a simple thing that we wanted to do. So we see that it's been saved. You just save it and it's been saved. And then once you're satisfied, once the customer is satisfied with the workflow that he has done, let's close this, and it will appear here, RFA architect. So To be able to use this workflow, you will need to release the workflow. So if you see here, the difference is we have two workflows here that have the check mark. That means it has been released. Once it has been released, that means it can't be changed. That workflow is set for specific documents or folders that it has been assigned to. So this is important to also mention to your customer. They have to release the workflow for it to be used. So let's go here and let's release that workflow. Okay, so it'll automatically change, and once you assign it to a specific document, it will start the workflow from there. So I think I just want to show you as well. Here, some workflows that, of course, we did something very simple. So we have here something that is more complicated. So a workflow is something definitely that the user will need to study in terms of their work style, how they want the process to be. This is something that we worked on internally in terms of the ideal workflow, perhaps in a design sense in terms of architects. So it can be as this is not even very complicated. It can be as simple as the one that we did earlier, maybe for approval of not just drawings and documents. Maybe it's going to be a financial document. You have a certain level of approval that you need. So you'll have to have a lot of transitions towards the next user to next role or such before you can end the process. So these are just some examples that you can also create to show your customer and to emphasize that a workflow is something that they need to think about. Once you release it, it'll just be followed and move on to the next activity until you end it. So they'll have to be specific in terms of how they want their process to be. So for now, I think one of the last things that I want to show you is the BIM folder that we have.
I think I have one question on this workflow. So
Yep.
during this approval process, is there a facility to do some markups on the documents or drawings?
Yes. For example, you access a document in the workflow, you can, of course, always annotate something there.
Annotations, kind of
Yep.
comments.
Yep, correct.
That will be
Earlier we mentioned that I think earlier I showed you something that we can do in terms of annotations, and you'll have a list of annotations as well, the history of what has been done, who has it been communicated to, and such. So everything is logged. If you have something specific that you want to discuss, we can also discuss it later on a separate call, maybe if it's very specific to a customer that they want.
okay. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. So this is one thing that I want to show you, the models. So we have here our list of models, this BIM folder. So activity-wise, of course, it's just what happened to this folder. Models, you have your list of models here, data, documents, and such. So I'm just going to open the Gemini building here. So again, we have information, revisions, communication, and such. So we have this viewer again that I mentioned earlier. So the good thing about this viewer is the customer doesn't need to have the specific program to view a certain model. They can view their building. I think this is especially useful for clients who might not have the specific program in terms of accessing BIM models. So this is something that they can just quickly access through our viewer. So as you see here, it's viewable 360, and if it's something that they want to open the building as well, they can just cut a section. Let's say we cut a section here, and if they want to zoom in, and perhaps they want some information regarding this specific wall. So if you click on that, on the left side, as long as the model has been modeled correctly in terms of BIM information, it will show the information on the left side of this window. So it says here it's a BIM model, it's a Gemini building. Which level are we at? We are at level 3. The element we clicked on is a wall. and what type of wall is it, and other such information, BIM information here. So this is very useful. That's why I wanted to show you this BIM folder that we have. So they can work with files even without the CAD knowledge or without the specific program that they might need for viewing models. Okay, so let's close this. And the last thing that I wanted to show you, I think you're also already familiar with it, is our 24/7 panel. So if you open BricsCAD itself, let's just open a new drawing. We have a lot of the functionalities here, but one thing we also want to highlight to customers is that we have a lot of panels, and one of these panels is our Bricsys 24/7 panel, which connects to the browser. So for example, I just log in here, and you'll see that I'm connected to the APAC server that we saw earlier, and this is the project that we were working on, the AEC demo project. If I double click that there, it will also let me go into the folder structure inside that project. So it's something that this panel is something very useful for the customers and users, because they don't need to go in the browser just to be able to access files in their project while working inside BricsCAD. So I think let's just have one final example here. The pressure vessel that we were talking about earlier, the latest version on the server, as you see, is 11. It's up to date. It's telling me it's up to date, and it's version 11. And it's uploaded by who? It's uploaded by me. So this one is something that we can, if you right click, you can lock the document, unlock it, download, upload. So if I double click this, it'll let me open that specific file inside BricsCAD, and I can do whatever I need to do here in terms of revising the drawing or updating it. So I just removed some annotation there, and perhaps I'm fine with this. I can just perhaps while working on it, I can lock it so that no one else can upload a new version while I'm working on it. And if it's locked, it tells everyone who is locking this document. So if someone needs to call someone because they need to work on this specific file, they know who is opening it. So I'm gonna unlock it, and let's upload something. Let's upload the change that we did. So I can set it as draft, proposal, approved, whatever. So my status is just draft. I can also add a description, maybe to say annotation changed, and upload. So it says it's uploading, it uploads quickly, and it's now up to date. So if I hover over it, you see that the latest version now on the server is version 12. So it updates it very quickly. And if I go back to my browser and we go back to technical files, where in this pressure vessel drawing that we opened and edited, we can see that revision has already been changed to 12. So this is something that is important to show to the users, because the integration of the 24/7 panel into BricsCAD itself is quite unique to BricsCAD. So this is some additional productivity for them as well. Okay, so I think that's all that I want to show you today. If you have any questions, we can go through them.
Regarding this BIM model, so this is about our BricsCAD BIM, or it supports all BIM, like Autodesk Revit or something like. So these are the models. It is from our BricsCAD BIM.
It supports it. Yeah, it's a viewer.
It's a viewer for all BIM.
Yes, correct. It's not just for BricsCAD models. It's for it supports other file types as well. Just like the file viewer that we had earlier, it supports Office, Excel file, DWG file. Yeah, we have a list of the the file types that it supports. So I can email that to you later because it's a lot. So I can email this list to you. I think maybe Sharath, I can just email it to you and you can disseminate it to your guys.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
so we have one point of contact.
Yep, sure.
So viewer list of files. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, so this is basically the intro that we have for 24/7. Of course, you can explore it on your own as well because you'll have to be presenting it on your side. So just let us know in terms of like what I said earlier. We need to set you up in terms of a demo project for you so that Neon Infotech will have perhaps a Neon Infotech demo project here. So your side can keep on using that specific demo project as well for your side, and we will set the administrator rights to whoever needs it on your side, and you can control that project on your side as well. I think Sharath, you maybe we can talk about that later in terms of setting up that new Infotech demo project.
Yeah, we would
Yeah,
need that because
yeah, definitely. Yes.
uh, we have clients who wants to see the demo while we presenting, so it would be useful if we have access to that.
Yes. So we can set it up for you. Let's talk later, maybe separately
Yep.
to
Okay.
have this set up. Yes.
Is it just a one account or what? How is that?
What do you mean? It's a project, so we can add a project for you, a new Infotech project, and we can add all you and your guys in to be administrators if you need for that specific project.
Yeah, because we have multi-level, different office locations in India, in Myanmar, and in
It
Thailand.
doesn't matter. Everyone can access it as long as they, yeah, correct. As long as we can give them all the access rights, everyone can access it. So because we are cloud-based, so um, everyone in the world can access a specific project, which is also very useful because a lot I don't think there's any project now that's just done locally. Everyone is coordinating with someone else from the other side of the world. So another useful thing for 24/7 is anyone can access it in
Okay.
any part of the world.
Yep.
Yep. So let's set up your
So,
demo project.
excuse me.
Mhm. Yes.
While setting up the project for our like Neon,
Yep.
so can we guys like can we join the session while you are setting up the project, because we know how to settle a project, how to make a project, but today what you have shown that is going too depth. So we want that part also, like how we can do this settings, and also is it possible for us to join?
Yes, but I need to get someone from Belgium to do the creating the project.
Okay,
Yeah.
because here we are at as a, me and Sharon, we are as an application engineer for this, so we need to somehow show whatever you have shown today to the customer. So that's what we want from your end.
Yes, correct. That's not a problem. In terms of creating the okay, so if I go into this project, if this is the project that we create for you, you have all the access to it once we set you up as administrators and all the access rights. But here outside, because this is the server for APAC, so only the main admin for the server can add in projects, and it's the Belgium side, our main office, who has that access. So even if you are all admins for a specific project only, but there's a main admin for the entire server. So if your customer is someone who wants to have their own project, you can let us know and we can add the project for them.
So suppose right now in our office we have like we are using 3 license of Brisket. So we have 3 GB like free subscription for Bricsys.
Mhm.
So suppose now I want to set a project, so that it be done by your team, or I can do it because I have made one project, but I'm not getting this complete things. Later on, I will show you.
Okay, maybe you can okay, maybe let me stop sharing and you can share your screen so um I can understand better what you are talking about. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
So this is my account. I'm using this as a shiv@neoninfotech.com.
Mm-hmm.
I made this just a simple. I'm just trying to make a project, so I just make a Neon Infotech, that is data sharing for technical team and marketing team.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so this is my project. You can see, and also I'm showing. Just wait. So you can see here something coming over here, like low storage on
Yep.
data. Or,
Yep.
yeah. So I
Okay,
just
I
want
think
to
for
know.
this one,
Yeah, I just
I'll
want
need
to
to
know.
refer. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So I just want to know, suppose any company which is having like 5 licenses of BricsCAD, so that mean they will get 5 GB of data they can use. So I just want to know
Mm.
that that data can, yeah, how to combine that data, like how, like, because it's separate to the license per 1 GB for one license. So suppose I want to make I want to use combined data in my like as an admin.
So
So
you
how
want to combine the free data that comes in different licenses.
yes,
That's basically the question, right?
yes.
Okay, I'll get back to you on this. I need to check with our 24/7 team because they're the one controlling the the access to this 24/7 for you. So I'll just I'll update you on this, combining the data for from different licenses that you have purchased.
Okay.
Yep.
So now you can see.
I'll direct everything to Sharath. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yep. Okay.
So you can see I have created this project.
Yep.
Uh, Now, if I click on this, so you can see over here, I'm talking about this
Yes. Right.
apps.
Mhm.
So I'm not
Yeah.
getting the structure app. I'm not getting anything. I'm only getting the message app and address book and dashboards. I know how to make this documents I can upload, but I'm not getting whatever you're showing over in here in your demo.
Okay.
And also, I have the query like when I open this BricsCAD,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
you can see the screen.
You want me to see now the BricsCAD part or what?
Are you able to see the BricsCAD?
No, I am
Just
still on the 24/7 side.
wait.
Can you maybe, I think maybe you need to click on a different window or something.
Click on the cross button.
Just
Yes. And here again.
You can share desktop.
Yes.
You
yeah.
will use with software.
Yep, okay.
So now you can see here we have a tab that you can access your BricsCAD 24/7.
Yep.
So right now I'm using my email address. It is not able to access from. It is showing the wrong password something, but I am using the correct password. But I'm not able to access from BricsCAD.
Okay, can you let me have your um access details later
Yeah, sure,
so we
sure.
can check it with the 24/7 team?
Yeah,
Sorry, right now I am speaking to who? I'm not sure who who is speaking right now.
I'm Shiv from
Oh,
Riyadh.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So your access you're having problems with your 24/7 panel.
Yes. And just a minute. So this part you can please check like why I'm not getting this apps, structure app, and all these things.
Mm. This is
Because
unusual if you don't
this,
have the
yeah,
structure app.
this
Structure app is quite standard. Yeah.
this issue
Okay.
with my teammate also, like Kun Sharan also getting this thing like.
Mm. Okay.
We
Okay.
are understanding earlier that it's have functionality difference. Like if you have a full access license, then you are able to do that. But you said in the earlier like functionality wise, there's no difference between a license one or a free. So I
Correct.
think should be there.
Correct. Correct. So it's fine. I will update you on this because normally there should be a structure app there already. That's quite the standard. Okay, I'll take note of this. I have the recording, so I can also show this to our 24/7 guys, and check out why this is happening for you.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Okay. Yeah, from here us we have this issues, and
Yep.
later once we get the things like complete, then we are able to yes.
Yep. Okay, sure. I'll get back to you on this problems that you mentioned. Any other questions on 24/7 that or any issues that you're facing as you were exploring it on your own?
Yeah, I have a question. So
Yep.
once you're done the projects, any example, you can example one project you completed, then how do you can download all the data from the server to your physical server to your office or physical.
Yeah, we can do that for you as well. You'll just have to let us know, and we have someone who can handle that for you. I think there is a fee that needs to be paid to be able to get all the download all the information and access.
So
But
the client,
I
so the client who is subscribing cannot do it himself, right?
I don't think so because it's controlled on the server itself.
So normally the service charge is per time, or is it per GB or per user? How do you calculate that?
I'll need to check that with our 24/7 guys. So what is the basically this will be archiving, right? If they want to archive everything already.
Correct. Yeah.
So archiving, basically what's the process and any fees that will be collected for that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Morris has told me that there is a fees, but I just would like to know how the fees is being calculated. Is it
Yep. Okay.
yeah per space or per user or per project or one time? How it is being calculated?
Okay. Sure.
But during the project day-to-day activities, like they can export any file and import any file, right? So
Yes.
why
Correct.
then in that case, why when they want to extract the data, it's like payable or they cannot extract out?
I think if let's say the project already completed and you just want to archive everything at one go, right? I think that's what he was asking. But during the duration of your project, like let's say earlier, if you just want to export some Excel file out of information that you want, of course that you can do that. It's not something that you will need to pay for. It's I think the bulk archiving that he is asking about. Am I right?
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Yeah, okay, understand. So, I'll check on that for you and like what the process exactly is and how the fees will be. Yeah, as you mentioned, I think Maurice already spoke to you as well, with the fee that there will be fees and such. So, um, I'll check on all these questions with our 24/7 team, and I can get back to you on these issues. Any other thing that you want to ask about this?
So the other second question was, so you are saying some maybe there's a lot of formats which can be viewed. The model can be reviewed in the
Yep, I'll give you a list of those
yeah.
files.
So,
Later on as
so
well.
I understand that that model which we are reviewing is it may not be fully intelligent, or is it a semi-intelligent? How is it?
What do you mean?
Because in the BIM you click on some wall and you
Yes.
the properties.
Yeah.
But if it is
The
different model, maybe some like maybe you take any CAD model which is intelligent one, so you can still view the properties.
yes, as long as it's modeled correctly.
Mm.
Or if you have a specific file that you're thinking of, maybe
Maybe this
you can send it over and we can see
model.
exactly what you need. And
Yeah,
we can have a separate call if you want as well, so that we can target specifically what is it that you are thinking of. Because sometimes it's a general question, but actually you have something in mind, probably. So we can talk about it in more detail and target that specific need that, of course, your customer might also ask about?
Yeah, I mean, we generally we have clients from process industry, so
Yep.
they have different 3D models.
Okay, okay. So what's useful would be if you also have a sample
Mm,
and that we can test out,
yeah.
or yeah, and if it's not a sample that you want to send over, we can have a separate call. You show me what exactly you have, and then so that if it's some sort of a privacy confidential file that they might not want to be sent out, so we can have that call also separately.
Is it possible to view the .vue file, which
The
is
what?
from
V
.vue?
VUE.
Yeah,
This
which
is
is
from which industry?
yeah, can be come from CADWorks or can from Smart 3D or PDS also we can convert to that format. Basically now hexagon direction we go to .vue file format.
From
Is it
Hexagon. Yeah, from Hexagon.
Okay, okay, understand. So viewer. Let me see here. I don't have the list of the complete file types right now. I will. Oh, hang on. VUE. Let me see. VUE. I don't find it in the list right now. I will send you the complete list later on.
Okay.
Yeah. And if there's an update to this list, I will also update.
Yeah.
What industry is that again?
Oh, it's a process industry.
Okay,
Oil and
understand.
gas.
Process industry. VUE. Okay. Anything else for 24/7?
Yeah, for the technical support, are we still routed through Morris, or is there anybody who can directly answer the questions? Or what? 20%?
Yeah, you can just either there are two ways. You can send us an email, of course. You can also go to Help Center, and you can also put up an SR.
Oh, yeah, service request.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct. So that if you put up an SR, it will directly be it will be directed to the correct analyst to assist.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Any local guy here in Asia?
For 24/7, we don't have one yet, but
Okay.
we will have one soon, I think. Uh, I am not sure when exactly, but we will have one support guy here soon
Okay.
to serve the APAC region. But right now, we do have the team in Europe to serve everyone as well. So if you put up your SR, it will be handled by someone.
Okay.
Definitely. And if if you have any things that are quite urgent, you want to just email me, and I can also follow up internally.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Any questions, Suresh?
Yeah, I think
I think
maybe.
Anish, you had some question?
Don't have any questions. First, we will review internally, and if
Yep.
we have anything, then we will come to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. So I think you might want to explore it on your own even further. And I'm sure as you go along, you'll have a few questions here and there. You feel free to just email. You know my email address, and because the 24/7 team, they specialize, of course, in the 24/7 functionality. So anything that I'll need to check with them internally, I will update you as well. So all the issues that you mentioned earlier, I will update you on these. And of course, the Neon Infotech demo project that we'll need to set up, I'll speak separately with Sharath on this one. and every one of you will have the access, of course.
All right.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Claire.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye bye.